Okay, so now we will come to the question of the decline of humanity. Okay, so again, there are a few parts to this question, so we will take great delight in answering them all. Okay. First of all, we would say that the question, unbeknownst to the person writing it, is actually very well phrased. The seeming decline of humanity. Because this seeming decline is exactly that. Seeming. It is not. Far, 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 far from it. Angela's work that she has been doing for some time now, and with this group and with others that will come, we hope to move more and more and more into, is all about the transition time of old era into new era. That is what we are here to talk about. So, everything that we can look at in the world today and is voiced as seeming decline of humanity, we would say to you that it is your responsibility, actually, for all that are listening, because you are the first ones who are going to make the change, that this is not a decline in humanity. This is a birthing of the new era. Now, we don't say this lightly. Most of you listening will already know that there is a change happening in the fabric of the planet, that the people and the actual energy of the planet itself are entering a new era. We call that the new era. So what is occurring is the energy is rising into the new era. And as this occurs, old era energy is being displaced. This is what we are writing with Angela right now, right at this current time, because it is the most important thing that everybody listening can really understand. And we say this with absolute passion and vigor. Do not let yourselves look at what is happening in the world from a place of despair, fear, assumption of decline, worry about the future, any of those things. What we want you first and foremost to do is to witness what is occurring and to recognize it as the abandoning of old era energy as the world and the people move forward into the new era energy, ways of being. So, we will not get into specifics here because we have been working with Angela on this elsewhere. What we wish to say to you who has asked this question, and for those listening, so importantly, every which way you look, you could see things from a perspective of seeming decline of humanity. We want you to turn that on its head, literally on its head, and instead see it as an eradication of old era energy that can no longer belong in a new era energy world. This is the time of transition, the moving on phase. We're not in the new era yet. We are transitioning into the new era. So all around, in so many ways, time after time after time after time, you will see what seems to be destruction, anger, violence, all the concepts of old era energy that have been allowed to persist for so long, unchecked, may we say. part of how life is in the old era way. They can't exist in the new era. They just can't exist. It's that simple. Old era energy can't exist in the new era energy. So this time of transition that we are in is bringing up all of these issues of old era energy right into the spotlight so the world can look at them and choose, no, I don't want you. Choose, no, you won't be here. Let it go. Move it on. I choose love. I choose light. I choose compassion. So this transitional time is exactly what the questioner has asked, a seeming decline of humanity. And nothing could be further from the truth. Humanity is changing. Humanity is finally becoming, and this is the second part of the question, the spiritual entity that it always was. So you say, do we need to be more spiritually inclined? We say you can't be more spiritually inclined because you are spiritual. How does a spiritual being become more spiritually inclined? That's completely you can't have those two thoughts together because you are a spiritual being. You're not here as a being of physicality and choosing whether to be spiritual or not. You are spiritual, whether you live it, whether you believe it, whether you follow it, whether you endorse it. It doesn't matter what you think. You are what you are. So you can't be more spiritually inclined. Becoming more spiritually inclined is the definition, if you like, of the old era. Because it insists that somehow you are physical beings and that you can choose whether or not to become spiritually aware. We say, right, here we go. You are a spiritual being. Choosing whether or not to allow that spirituality to show itself in your day-to-day existence. In the new era, what this questioner is calling spirituality will just be what is, because what you're actually saying is love. You're saying the love that is of all things, the compassion that unites everything. The building blocks of the universe is compassion. That in itself will be the new era. So to answer your question about being more spiritually inclined, if you're asking that, then it will be because that is what is. So in the new era, the compassion of all things will just be. So you can't be more spiritually inclined towards compassion because it just will be. So as you move forward in these times of change, you will find that these old era elements are brought to the surface more and more. If you only look there at the surface, you will feel as though we are declining in humanity. But we say no. Stop for a moment and think. That which is being brought out into the open was existing out of the open for a very long time. It is now out in the open because now it can be dealt with. Now it can be resolved in the truest sense. So that we can shake that energy out, lift the vibrations of planet Earth and the people on planet Earth, and hurry ourselves forward into the new era. So for the person asking this, we know with respect to the person asking that you have been on your journey for a very long time, that you have been a person of connection for a very long time. Your time was not the time that we're in now. Your journey of life was not the time that we will be moving into. So the connection that you have experienced all your life, and yet not witnessed as frequently as you would have wanted in the world around you, is what will change more rapidly as we speed forwards into this new era. So, for you specifically, the desires that you have had for mankind for so long will be. That we will say for you in the new era, all that you could feel within you was the essence of what should be, will be. But your journey, your time, your path, your life was not to be in that moment of the new era. It was to be awakening now and in the past as you have lived to the ideas of what that new era will be, because people had to come awaken to and aware of all that will be, so that it could become a part of the collective consciousness of mankind. The difficulty for people such as yourself was that you came with all this awareness and didn't see it in your own existence. And that has left some of you in a space of darkness almost, because you came with this awareness of what should be and you haven't seen it, bear witness to it in your existence. So it's left you feeling almost as if it was sold to you, sold to your soul as a way of being and hasn't arrived. So we say to you, it was not your journey to bear witness to the culmination of the new era. But your part in coming with that awareness and knowledge of what will be, what should be, was fundamental to allowing collective mankind to further awaken their own new era energies so that we can create the new era that will come. So we bless you and thank you for all of the people that came early with this awareness, and there were loads of you. Because what you did was allow that to seep into the collective consciousness of man on planet Earth, which is allowing the changes that are taking place and will continue to take place to take place. So don't feel like you in any way failed to materialize the energy that was within you, the heart that was within you, the compassion that was you. Because you are the foundation for which the new era will be forged upon. Much love.